But wait, what's Undisputed? Undisputed is the boxing simulation game due out October 11th of this year. Now in its final phases of testing, it's been available on Steam with early access since 2023. It has nearly 13,000 positive reviews already, and the roster is ridiculously large, with boxes such as Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, Terrence Crawford, LaMotta, Canelo Alvarez. The list goes on and on. It also has 12 women boxers. It's been nearly a decade since we've seen a AAA boxing game that was worth playing. Undisputed definitely is going to fit that bill. With articles in places like Forbes, there are millions of players already looking forward to this game. So look at the links below and be sure to check out Undisputed. And if you want to get it early, check out Steam and fight your way to the top. With that being said, here's Big Duke 6 with the Golden Age of Boxing.
Hello, kiddies. It's Big Duke 6, and today we step back in time to visit the history of arguably the greatest pound-for-pound boxer of all time, the great Sugar Ray Robinson. Born Walker Smith Jr. in Georgia, later then moved to Detroit, then at age 12 moved to Harlem, New York, where he eventually dropped out of high school to pursue boxing. He wanted to become an amateur at age 14, but was too young, so he acquired an AAU card from a boxer who had quit boxing by the name of Ray Robinson. So the name stuck. Walker started his amateur career, and after a fight, someone said he was sweet as sugar. Thus, Sugar Ray Robinson was born. Robinson, who idolized Joe Louis, and as a kid, actually lived on the same block as Louis in Detroit. His amateur career was 85-0 with 69 KOs, 40 of those in the first round. He was the New York lightweight and featherweight Golden Gloves champions, respectively, in 1939 and 1940. Now, Sugar Ray started his professional career, and Robinson was by modern standards, a boxer puncher. He could stand toe-to-toe, swapping ferocious haymakers. He could then counterpunch, or he could start dancing around the ring, clicking his jab repeatedly. And his jab was a conventional firm jab, but his flurried uppercuts and hooks were anything but conventional. He was so versatile, he could KO someone going backwards. Robinson stated it had become instinct, being versatile and adapting to his opponents. He won 126 fights, only losing one in that time, winning the middleweight title 5 times in his career. He had a devastating punch along with speed and versatility. He murked boxers, just murked them. A pro at the age 19 in 1940, and it's sad we don't have any real recordings of most of his fights, of his best fights in his prime. There just are none out there. 3 former world champs fell to him in his first year. He could throw 2 punches so fast it sounded like one punch. Sugar Ray Leonard faced the lightweight champion, Sammy Angus, and Sugar Ray destroyed him. Though Angus had made sure the weight was held over the lightweight division so he could not lose the belt. Then for 15 months, Sugar Ray accompanied the Joe Louis troop overseas with the troops, and then he was back to the States. Widely known now as the best welterweight in the world, but couldn't get a title shot. Finally, the Boxing Commission was forced to give him a shot, and 6 years after turning pro against champion Tommy Bell, 5 days before Christmas in 1946, Sugar Ray became champion. June 1947 was a very sad day, and during his title defense of his welterweight crown, he accidentally killed challenger Jimmy Doyle in the ring. Now, when journalists asked Robinson if he meant to hurt Jimmy, he said, "It was my job to hurt him. I just do it for the money. I've never really enjoyed it. It was a left hook that connected, and as it connected, Jimmy fell dead." But this did not hamper Sugar Ray, and he kept amassing wins one after the other, amassing a heck of a record. Holding the welterweight title from 1946 to 1951. He even traveled to face foreign champions around the world. The first to fall to him was the French champion. Next, he faced Van Dam in Brussels, Belgium. The champion of Belgium, Luc Van Dam. And with one beautiful combo, Van Dam was holding his stomach, having to be helped to the corner. The next round saw Sugar Ray throwing flurries to end the fight as fast as chain blue lightning, putting Van Dam down permanently. Next up was German champ in Frankfurt, Germany. And in the fifth round, Sugar Ray scores a ferocious KO of the German champion. He had won his first 29 fights, having run out of competition. Robinson stepped up to the middleweight division to face his most famous rival, the Bronx Bull, Jake LaMotta. Having defended the welterweight title 6 times in 1 year, Robinson had run out of competition. LaMotta and Sugar Ray fought 6 times, with Sugar Ray winning 5 and LaMotta winning 1. And we have no record of the fights in recording except for the last one, which was known as the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. LaMotta had a swollen eye and his nose was broken, and the fight had to be stopped. Now, LaMotta, a bruiser, always took damage in most of his fights. But on a personal note, with all the damage that LaMotta had took, he made it to a ripe old age of 95. By the end of the LaMotta rivalry fights, Sugar Ray had a record of 40-1, then winning his next 85 fights without a loss. The St. Valentine's Day Massacre was held at Chicago Stadium and brought to everyone, oh yeah, by Pabst Blue Ribbon. A brutal beating, LaMotta never went down, taking the best blast he could from Ray. Now, Iron Mike Tyson said of Sugar Ray that he was a sinister boxer with a record of 174-1, a record of a true monster that had put egos like his, Mike Tyson himself, in check. 14 years or so after the LaMotta fight, Sugar Ray is facing the French middleweight champion, Gene Walbeck. Sugar Ray beat him all over the ring, and in the 6th, scored a blasting KO over the French champion. By this time, Robinson was an icon. With multiple businesses, he had a barbershop, a bar, a real estate business. And next, Sugar Ray Robinson faced Randy Turbin in front of 61,000 people at the Polo Ground. Now, during the fight, around the 9th round, their heads collided, with Ray bleeding profusely. Now, in the end of the 9th, the ref came to his corner and said, "Ray, your cut is very bad. I have to stop the fight." Ray asked for one more round. Ray got one more round, and he knew what had to be done. Ray came out throwing bombs from all angles, relentless in his pursuit of Turbin until he KO'd Turbin in the 10th, becoming the new middleweight champion once again. Now it was time for a super fight, called a dream fight. The 29-year-old Rocky Graziano versus the 32-year-old Sugar Ray Robinson. A fight for the ages. And in the first round, Graziano scored his first knockdown of Sugar Ray. Then Sugar Ray, coming back, started to wail on Graziano when a devastating right put Graziano on the mat for a 10 count. The punch so devastating, it knocked Graziano's mouthpiece into the crowd. The amazing thing of all of Robinson's fights, almost all of them were come from behind wins, at least 80% of them. He had a do or die situation, and he was able to make it and finish for the win. Next, Robinson challenged Joe Maxim for the light heavyweight title. The fight was in Yankee Stadium in 1952, and with 91 wins to no losses, Sugar Ray had jumped up to the 175-pound weight class to take on Maxim. Now, Maxim won the fight. Ray had too much weight on him. It tired him out, and he did not act or look like Sugar Ray Robinson. With Maxim being his last fight, Sugar Ray Robinson retired the middleweight champion of the world, going into show business, but between his running of his businesses badly and the IRS hitting him with taxes, Sugar Ray Robinson had run out of money. He had spent his fortune. He had won in all those fights. So Ray decides to make a boxing comeback. On December 9th, 1955, he faced the middleweight champion, Carl Bobo Olsen, at age 27. Ray, now 35, most thought Ray was a washed-up has-been. But in 2 rounds, it was clear Ray wasn't done with the world of boxing yet. Having beat Olsen in the second round in 2 minutes and 51 seconds, Ray KOs Olsen to become the new middleweight champion yet again. Now an even bigger American hero than before his comeback, Olsen had called for a rematch. He got it, and he did better this time, lasting 4 rounds until his KO, with Ray dropping bombs on him. Now Muhammad Ali openly stated he patterned himself from the style of Sugar Ray, his footwork and his dancing. And as you're watching Ali, you can see he was the heavyweight Sugar Ray. At age 36, Ray defended his title against a 26-year-old Gene Fullmer, losing a 15-round decision to Fullmer. Now, Sugar Ray trained relentlessly for his rematch. And if you beat Sugar Ray, it was your unfortunate time because you had to face him in a rematch. Because Sugar Ray would find your weakness and exploit it. And time again, he completely destroyed an opponent whom had beat him. Now, after Olsen in 1957, Robinson lost his title to the aggressive, forward-moving Gene Fullmer. But as always, Sugar Ray now found a weakness in Fullmer's, and the vulnerability was the left hook. So in the rematch, Fullmer, a 3-1 favorite, the first 2 rounds, Robinson followed Fullmer around the ring. In the 3rd round, he made Fullmer come to him. But in the 4th round, Robinson opened up an attack, stunning Fullmer. When Fullmer returned his own punches, Ray exchanged blow to blow with him, and the 5th saw Ray hitting Fullmer with a devastating left hook that was so fast it was like chain blue lightning, known as the perfect punch. When he hit, and when asked about the left hook after the fight, he said, "I can't say," but he got the message. Later in the year, he lost a hard 15-round fight in Yankee Stadium in front of 38,000 people to Basilio in a very controversial decision. But he regained the title back for a record 5th time in the rematch. The 2 fights won Fight of the Year in 1957 and 1958. In 1959, he KO'd Bob Young in the 2nd round, and in 1960, he lost a split decision in Boston Garden to Paul Pender. In 1965, Ray Robinson named his retirement with a record of 174-19-6 with 109 KOs, making him one of the great all-time leaders in KOs. In 1967, Sugar Ray made Ring Magazine's Hall of Fame and the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 1990. He tried some acting after his retirement in some movies and shows. Ray said this of boxing, and I quote, "Rhythm is everything in boxing. Every move you make starts with your heart. And if that's in rhythm, or you're in trouble." Known as the best pound-for-pound boxer in history, Hall of Fame fighters like Muhammad Ali, Joe Louis, Roberto Duran, and Sugar Ray Leonard have all named Sugar Ray Robinson as the pound-for-pound greatest. In 1997, Ring ranked him as the best pound-for-pound ever, and in 1999, he was named welterweight of the century, middleweight of the century, and overall fighter of the century. The pioneer of boxing's bigger-than-life entourage, Sugar Ray liked to party after a win. And Sugar Ray was one time compared to Sugar Ray Leonard. And when Sugar Ray Leonard was told this, Sugar Ray Leonard said there was no comparison. Sugar Ray Robinson was it. And Sugar Ray Robinson, with a record of 174 wins, 19 losses, and 6 draws, with 109 KOs, one of the true greatest and arguably the greatest fighter to ever live, to lace up the gloves, a boxer puncher known the world over, a master of the pugilistic arts. I salute you, Sugar Ray Robinson. And this is Big Duke 6, and this is my golden age of boxing.